welcome to another new episode of the Freeway Dad. I'm MakonCrayley. I'm here with Ali.
We're back at it again, boys.
And we're here with Ryan.
I've got store brand Red Bull hooked up like an IV.
Like what flavor of Red Bull?
Just Red Bull. Technically, it's called Red Thunder.
Oh. Has it given you wings yet?
Well, it's store brand. It's not Red Bull.
Oh, okay.
Plus, Red Bull does not actually give you wings. They actually had to settle a class action lawsuit for false advertisement.
True. Well,
I don't believe in the law.
What do you believe in?
I believe in pro wrestling.
I don't believe in Beatles. I only believe in me.
True. I believe in you that believes in me, that believes in you, that believes in me.
Wise words. After all, he was the walrus.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I could be the walrus. Still have to bum rides off of people.
If you say his name, he will appear. But
we're getting him on the podcast?
I mean, we might. We might get on with it. Who the fuck knows?
We are not. I feel like for legal reasons, I have to say no. We do not have Joe Hendry on this podcast.
We legally do not have Joe Hendry, but what we do have is All Japan Women's. We are watching. What Ollie? What is this? Sorry.
Okay,
so situation.
As I mentioned last time, this was a bit different pick by me because usually I pick shows based on, this got me into this kind of wrestling, or this was special to me when I was a young kid, or whatever. This one's a bit different because I saw a clip from this show on Twitter and it looked sick, so I thought we should watch it. So this is All Japan Women's Summer Night Festival in Budokan from August 1985. Yeah. And this was also edited to be one episode of All Japan Women's TV, but that's cut, so that actually caused a bit of confusion for us because we initially started watching the cut version. We realized it's cut, so what we then did was we spent about too much time looking around 4 different websites to watch the whole show as much as
literally 4. We watched this entire shit on like YouTube. What is it? Actually, what's the second one?
YouTube, Vimeo, VK, and something else as well.
Billy.
Yes.
Yeah, because we found the main event on Billy, but the quality was god awful. So luckily, I found a Vimeo link on Reddit.
It was the 80s. Everything.
I mean, you can get good quality stuff from like the 80s. Just
but when you're finding it illegally, it's not as easy to find good quality.
Yeah, also, Billy is, unless you have like an account, like by default, like I think 360p or whatever the fuck.
Freeway Dance does not support or promote piracy by any means.
Wink.
Wink, wink.
For legal purposes, I have to say that we do not support that wink.
Wonk.
So we did. Okay, so while maybe the first two matches might exist somewhere on video, but we couldn't be bothered to find them. So we just watched the 3 matches that are on the TV version, but we watched the full versions of the second and third match. Yeah, the first one we just watched the cut version because
we couldn't find like the full match for this tag team match, this 2 out of 3 tag team falls tag team match. Which is actually available on a Jumping Bomb Angels DVD, Blu-ray even, which we do not have the time or money to get.
Or desire.
I mean, come on, it's Jumping Bomb Angels. I'd actually...
No, I'm not saying they're not good. I'm just saying, would you invest that much into one match?
I think it's like $9.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, shipping as well, probably, but, yeah.
Can't believe you didn't buy it, Mac. What are you doing?
Look, I didn't really look into like the DVD until like 3 days until we were meant to record.
Unbelievable. What kind of example are you saying for the kids, Mac?
Fuck them kids. Anyway.
So Jumping Bomb Angels against Villainous Alliance, which is
beforehand,
Budokan and
beforehand, we watched the start of the TV
yes.
cut, and so it starts with like interview with like random people. We didn't understand any of it, and then 5 minutes of just the commentators talking. Again, we do not understand any of it.
I think they had some
Before we go
guests
further
there as well.
Well, before we go further, what like give me your broad strokes about this show.
Oh, the free matches we watched were incredible.
Oh yeah, it was great. I imagine it's probably not as good if you're watching the TV version as a whole because you're cutting heavily on the second and third match. But
yeah, I mean, I'm sort of like really they're cutting out most of the fluff, which would be like 9/10 of the fucking submissions in the matches.
In the main event, yeah, but the second match really didn't have much fluff.
I mean, yeah, true, actually, yeah. Like, it was a lot of... It was pretty much, like, beat from beat for that match. But we also have... Ryan.
What about
it? What did you think?
All right, I've been doing a lot of disclaimers this episode already, and we're like 5 minutes in, so let me throw another one out there. The following is me talking about things that are going to be seen as my personal shortcomings as a wrestling fan. So do not take this personally to anyone listening to this. But I've spoken many times about how it's hard for me to watch really old wrestling and how it's hard for me to watch wrestling without any sort of English commentary for my ADHD brain to latch onto and follow along. As far as old wrestling, for context, this was like 5 months after the very first WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, wow, you're right.
As far as like there's the big differences between this show and the Super J Cup we watched a couple episodes ago is A, that show's matches were like an average of 5 minutes long, and B, I was surprised to find I knew at least half the people in that tournament. Here, I don't know these people. I can't understand anything anyone's saying. The matches were not quick. They were excellently wrestled, and I understand that. But to quote somebody who I'm sure I'm supposed to give a hat tip to, I was just sitting there watching good wrestling happen in front of me. So again, this is not a comment on the quality of the show itself. Very well wrestled, very excellent. My ADHD riddled brain just struggled to connect with it. But I'm going to try to follow along and basically catch the coattails of you two getting super hyped about it.
I do wonder, actually, would you have benefited from watching the TV version, which was cut to an hour long?
I don't know.
That's a good point.
I don't know. It still comes back to the, I don't know anybody and I don't understand the things being said.
I mean, yeah.
Like when like just super quick tangent. The very first New Japan matches I watched with English commentary, and I believe the very first New Japan watch I actually watched was Goto versus Shibata at Wrestle Kingdom. And commentary immediately said, "Hey, these are these two guys. This is the story that's going on. This is why they're fighting." And I was able to say, okay, I get this, and I can follow along with the story now. But so it's just, I mean, you two know damn well my shortcomings. You two have literally sat down and recorded commentary for Japanese matches for me. So
yeah, actually, funnily enough, like I think halfway through like the second match, like I literally said to Raleigh, "Man, should we be fucking doing commentary for this?"
But it was too late by then.
It was literally too late by then.
But again, like I'm not trying to take anything away from the matches themselves. I am taking all of this on myself. Please put the pitchforks down. No, you two, I get. It's not you, it's them. I say, pointing to the one person who already turned off the episode.
Points at audience, forces audience to come back in to point at them. But anyway, yeah. We also have Devil Masami and the Crush Gals singing 2 different songs, which is a normal thing for this fucking company.
Apparently, because to be honest, I hadn't watched a full show version before, or like a TV show version before. I'd only seen individual matches, so I
Yeah,
didn't
like,
know this was a regular thing.
Yeah, like I knew about this because of the Dub Matsumoto like Netflix show.
Oh right, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, like
So yeah, you mentioned Devil.
yeah.
Oh, go
Sorry,
ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I gotta say, yeah, like I know very little about like I mean not even mid, like just 80s Joshi in general, but like a lot of what I do know comes from my knowledge of like from watching that show. But speaking of, yes, we have Dub Matsumoto and Bull Nakano versus the Jumping Bomb Angels of Norio Tateno and Itsuki Yamazaki.
I think it's worth mentioning in the performances thingy. So first you had Devil Masami, who's in the second match, but you had the Crush Gal singing, and it's kind of a bit significant because even though obviously they're famous as a tag team, but they're both competing for individual titles on this show. So in the second match, it's Chigusa that's challenging Devil Masami for her belt, and in the main event, it's Asuka that's challenging Jaguar for her belt. So it's pretty cool. Like, it is kind of cool in that sense that they're starting with them singing together, but then they're in individual matches later.
Yeah, like because at this time they're like the biggest fucking things in like wrestling that aren't Hulk Hogan. Like at least in Japan anyway.
I don't know. Hogan was pretty big in Japan.
I mean, true. But like, yeah, like they're pretty much one of, if not the biggest thing, like going for Japanese wrestling at this point. I'm pretty sure.
I did hear that apparently when they retired, it actually affected their viewership a lot. Like a lot of the female fans stopped watching it because apparently they were really popular with the women fans, and you can probably hear in the crowd. It was a lot of women in the crowd, right?
Yeah, and like those women are like on like non-stop during this entire show. It is fucking awesome.
Then what I think happened was Bull Nakano became big as a singles wrestler, and she kind of brought a lot of audience back. When a lot of male fans started watching after that. So, but yeah, that kind of speaks how huge the Crush Girls were. That a lot of their audience left when they retired.
Yeah, because I was actually going to bring this up like after the double match, but fucking I found out like after doing like looking up stuff that yeah, like they have to fucking retire like at 25, 26. And that's insane to me.
That was quite typical, to be fair. Even now it's not uncommon for Joshis to retire quite early.
Oh really?
Well, I mean that's kind of what happens when you start wrestling when you're 7.
Also that.
I mean, yeah. Also, yeah, it's like sort of that idol type.
I'm kidding, but only a little, and that's the messed up part.
But yes, we have this 2 out of 3 falls tag team match. Dub Matsumoto is fucking terrifying. She terrorizes this entire fucking crowd.
Oh yeah, Ryan, you're saying you had difficulty understanding this show. Even I had difficulty understanding this match, so don't worry about it.
I mean, okay, in goddamn fairness, a Dub Matsumoto match is pure fucking chaos. Like, cause I watched, I think it was one before, like during like Winwood's like sort of watch-alongs, and like that, this woman is mental. Like, her matches always just turn into absolute fucking chaos, massive brawls. It is brutal. It's awesome. I love it. This is the shit that makes me love like this era of like Joshi and makes me want to watch more of it. And to really like speak to that, like this match immediately starts with like a smoz, like they're just brawling. They brawl out of the fucking ring, and yeah, it's just it is utter chaos from the get go.
Yeah, it's a 2 out of 3 falls match, right? So the first fall, it's completely chaotic. I barely understood what was happening, but it was kind of cool. It was quite violent. I think people are throwing each other into the the tables outside the ring and all that stuff.
tables outside and rolling into the crowd itself.
Yeah, but even when they get into the ring, they're doing like Beal throws with the hair.
Yeah.
And they're just doing like full 360 spins by being thrown by their hair. And it's just like, see, that's why I'm bald. That is why I'm bald, so that Bull Nakano can't throw me by it.
I mean, look, you think you're safe from fucking that? Like, the referee gets fucking billed crazy style by her cert. Like, after the second fall starts.
When the second fall starts, so the first fall was a double count out, which was kind of weird.
Yeah. But... Also, fucking at one point of like the that first fall, like just the Villainous Alliance, like the ones that aren't legal, get into the ring and beat up Itsuki. And, like, there's no fucking DQ because the referees are goddamn terrified of Dump.
I mean, that's before the table gets inserted.
True! And then fucking... They both, Dump Bomb Angels drop kick the table into them.
At which point, one of them just starts whipping the other in the face with, was it a towel, a belt?
A towel, yeah. Yeah, like, Dump chokes Tateno with a towel.
Oh no, I'm talking like straight up whipping in the face.
Oh yeah, true, yeah. Like that as well. But yeah, like first fall's a double count out, like because the opposing, like the illegal women, like refuse to let the legal women back into the ring. Like that fucking rules.
Yeah, so technically it's 1-1 in this match now.
Yeah, like I said, I was like confused by that because like how I never knew like how double countouts like work in like these types of matches, but yeah, I guess it is like 1-1.
Yeah, I see that as like the same as like an Iron Man match, like when there's been double pins before, and they both get a point.
I mean, true, yeah. Actually, yeah, fair. But yeah, like second fall starts. Dump does a test of strength with one hand.
Also, Tateno has, when the second fall starts, Tateno has the most serious face. Like, she's locked in now when the second fall starts.
Oh, hell yeah. Like, HG Beal's the fucking referee as well. Like, this referee just gets the absolute shit beat out of her. Because, like, Dump hits her with a fucking chair, too.
Oh, yeah.
Bull gets, like, sort of, worked over by the faces for like a while. She gets nunchucks and like gets back in. And then we have a fucking crazy finish where Bull goes for like the top rope leg drop. She fucking misses. Tateno does the King Gong but misses. Itsuki does crossbody for 2. Then Dump bonks Itsuki with a metal trash can right to the head. And then we get an insane double spike power driver to her for the second fall. The Villainous Alliance wins.
I have a question.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I know like this is back in the day, like back in the day everyone like verbally submitted, nobody tapped out, and like that's something that's more of a modern thing. I'm noticing during this match that like there's not really kickouts; they're all just bridging out of pins.
Yeah, that's like sort of just a normal thing, like in this era. Like there's a lot of bridging, like in these matches.
Yeah, a lot of the All Japan women did that in the 80s and 90s as well. I don't know why, but it's cool, I guess.
I think yeah.
Maybe it's. I mean, the only thing I can think of is like the idea is I'm bridging so that my shoulders are continuously off the mat, whereas if I just shoot my arm up, it's going to get back down in a second. I don't know.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
It's nothing good or bad about it. It's just it caught my eye.
Yeah,
the first time I saw it was in Manami Toyota match, and it blew my mind. But then the more I watched, I was like, "Huh, this happens a lot."
Yeah, it's pretty much like standard fare at that point. Also standard fare that I wanted to bring up and sort of segue into like the next match. In this era, like they didn't really have like wrestling attire. They just had like swimsuits,
Singlets
even, yes.
I mean, well, that is
Actually,
wrestling
no,
attire.
actually, not even no, they're like actual swimsuits.
Well, you say they're swimsuits, but they're also kind of athletic suits as well. So it makes
I
sense
mean,
they're
yeah,
used for
true. I
wrestling.
guess, yeah. I guess.
Because you
Yeah,
get
because like
gymnasts and stuff wear the similar
Leotards.
stuff.
leotards, yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. Like, because they don't really start getting like proper. I don't know if it's just this company thing or like if like other women's feds like at this time like had like actual attire, but like as far as I know, like women didn't really start getting proper like the proper ring attire until like the early 90s. I
I
could be
mean,
wrong though.
you say that, but then the next match shows that entrance attire's on point.
I mean, oh yeah, like Devil Masami is particular. Like her entrance attire is mental. It is fucking so cool, and even her like ring gear is like actually custom. So
She's a Power Ranger.
it is. I mean, I was thinking like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
Yes,
so I don't really think it's that they didn't have proper gear. I think it's just the fashion, I guess, and what women wrestlers were wearing just changed.
I guess true.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
again, keep in mind this is back during this is the mid '80s. Like most of the men at this point are still wearing just black speedos.
I mean, yeah. Oh god, yeah, fair. Because like, I mean, obviously, yeah. Because obviously you've had your like more flamboyant like attires like Gorgeous George, Randy Savage, and all that. But like, yeah, you don't really
Agreed.
get like the big fucking like fancy gear until like the 90s, like early 2000s.
Yeah, it's even in Japan. Most of the top guys were wearing either black or maybe red trunks.
Hmm. That's wow. That's actually something I want to look more into, like the evolution of like ring gear, because like that's actually super insanely interesting to me.
Mac, I love you, man. You're a dear friend to me. I don't know if I can follow you down the road of becoming a ring gear guy.
Hang on a minute.
Oh no!
No, hang on a minute. No, hang on a minute. No. Look, there is a line where you cross between that and like being interested in like the history of it. But anyway.
Like we're all gonna be like watching like All In or Wrestle Kingdom, and Mac's gonna be like, "But did you notice the pattern on
On Will Ospreay's gear? Like, look
once
at the
once you cross that line? Once you cross that line,
Yeah,
no, there's a very fine line there.
and
the
the
one
first time
thing-
you place an eBay bid on someone's used clothes.
Look, I'm fine with collecting anime figures. Like, that's already taking a lot of my money.
Look, the one thing you can get away with is getting excited when someone wears like all white ring gear when they normally don't.
That's the WrestleMania rights, brother. But anyway, up next, Devil Masami versus Chigusa Nagoya for the All Pacific title.
Oh, sure, All Atlantic was a lame name, but All Pacific is fine.
Look,
Pacific is bigger than Atlantic. Come on, man.
It is exactly like they have. I think do they have the Mariana Trench there or something? I don't know what
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. It's big. Have you seen how fucking big that trench is? It's fucking big. That has this like terrifying sit in there.
Also, yes, it is in the Western Pacific. So
Hey, there we go. See, it is relevant.
How?
Because it's in the Pacific.
the
have
Atlantic
to
doesn't
do-
have the
The
Mariana
All
Trench.
Pacific.
All of it.
Devil Masami represents the Mariana Trench.
So anyway,
Yeah,
the match starts with a single leg crab while stepping on hair.
No, it does not. It starts with a fucking slap.
Nobody cares.
And then
But before that, we have insane crowd reaction for Chigusa, and we have
hell yeah.
an insanely intense stare down.
Yes, he's a stares down devil
we
like the entire time.
We do know Ollie is a sucker for a good stare down.
We love.
I'll even watch one for half an hour.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say the
half an
problem is
hour.
this one. The problem is this one went about 28 minutes too short.
True, but look, they make up for it with uh, one of the best matches I've ever fucking seen. um, so yeah, they. This is an incredible match.
Yeah, the way they're fighting, it doesn't feel like it's 1985 because it feels like they're doing like a shoot style thing almost at times, right? In the early part, they're doing it a bit, and then much later as well when they're just punching hard at each other. But they're kind of fighting as if it's real. This is UFC didn't happen for 8 years.
Oh yeah, because like there's a lot of like struggle in this match, like because they're fighting to like the even lock in the moves, like to hit them. Like there's a low test of strength in this match. It's just a straight up fucking fight. And it's insane for it. There's a Romero special with hair pulling at one point. Chigusa kicks the shit out of Devil in the corner before hitting like a spinning heel kick for a 2 count, and then locks in a arm triangle immediately. I think Masami hits a fucking hollow point for a 2 count at one point, like just casually invents the hollow point.
Yeah, the Kawada driver, but before Kawada did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Another
Masami.
thing they always said.
I'm
Oh, go ahead.
I'm completely lost in this. Is that a Gonzo bomb?
Kind of.
Ganso
It's not.
bomb,
It's not.
Kawada driver, hollow
Like,
point, same thing, man.
like the Gonzo bombs, like more. You lift him up for the power bomb, but like just sort of drop him on the back of the head. Like hollow points, like you have him up like Styles Class style, but they just fucking power drive him.
Brother, it's
So
the
it's
same
like
thing.
it's like a kneeling Owen driver, basically. Which
Same thing, bro.
we'll get to later. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. Reverse tombstone, effectively. Anyway.
Yes, actually, that's probably the best we can actually say it. Now that I think about it, but it's like they're
Mr.
lifting up for the power bomb. They don't do it, and instead do like a reverse tombstone, kind of.
Okay, but
Effectively, yeah.
we're just blowing right past the surfboard.
I
Because-
mean, I mentioned the Romero special.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hair pulling. Masami like keeps advantage until like Chigusa counters with a Cobra Twist. Chigusa does a power driver for a 2 count. Fucking it does a superplex which Devil bruises out of crazy for the pin. And then and you'll appreciate this, Ryan. Chigusa does the Tiger Drop. Like that straight up does the Tiger Drop.
Oh my god, yeah.
And then like Masami immediately counters her. I mean, not even counters her, but catches her with a figure 4 leg lock. Which I think it lasts a while. Actually, a lot of these like submissions, like they last ages. Like in this match and in like the main event, which we will get to.
Yeah.
It's like
I
it does.
I have a tangent, but I'm going to bite my tongue for the sake of brevity.
I would say,
Go
like,
ahead, go ahead.
I would say save.
Oh
it
no,
for,
it's
like,
completely
later.
unrelated. It's
Oh.
it's like almost completely unrelated.
All right.
That's
Is it
great. If
interesting?
Mac wants to edit this out, he'll edit it out.
I mean,
Look.
yeah.
Everyone always complains that Meltzer never gave Kurt Angle a 5-star match.
Mm-hmm.
And my argument was, well, his match against Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania was his best. I don't consider that 5 stars, so it makes sense that he doesn't have a 5-star match. And the reason that was not a 5-star match for me is because that submission finish went way too long for me. So what I'm getting at is long submission spots just don't do it for me personally.
I mean, honestly, I would kind of agree with that. Like at least tangentially, like I think a long submission spot can work. Like if there's like enough of a struggle with it. But for the most part,
I
like
think
at least, yeah.
I think the struggle has to be in actually applying the move, because I think obviously maybe when these styles used to be more common, right? People knew less about actual fighting. Now, obviously, we've all watched a lot of genuine fighting, or we've done a lot of martial arts as well, some of us. But we know that if someone has a submission locked in, it's not lasting long, man. You know what I mean? If it's a
I mean, true.
choke
But
or even an arm lock or whatever.
here's a
If it,
counterpoint to that: the Austin Brett match at Mania, because he's in that sharpshooter for a fairly long time, and it's the fucking coolest shit ever. Because he's like, he
Yeah,
is
but
fighting, he's struggling, he's fucking bleeding, he is screaming, he's trying to get to the ropes, he is desperately trying to stay alive until he finally like just succumbs to like the blood loss and passes out.
yeah. But you're also citing one of the most iconic spots in wrestling. Not every time a submission hold goes long, it's going to be that.
No, yeah, no, that's actually my point. Yeah, fair.
Like the other end is, to Ali's point, is I distinctly remember John Jones versus Vitor Belfort, where Vitor had Jones in an armbar, and it went on for a while, and Jones got out of it and eventually won the fight. But that doesn't change the fact that, that it went on way too long, and as a result, his arm was popped out for like the rest of that fight. Like, that's what happens when submissions last longer than like 3 seconds.
Yeah, no, fair. Yeah, like I would say it's like less an issue in this match, and like it's way more an issue in like the main event. It's
I
again we'll get to.
agree. In this match, it felt less that actual submissions were locked in for a long time. I think they were struggling to apply them, and they were transitioning between a lot of moves very quickly. But
Yeah.
so maybe like like wrestling sequences lasted a long time. But I
Well,
don't
like,
think
to bring this back to this match specifically, like for the sharpshooter spot, and I'm Scorpion. I don't know what it's called in Japan, especially in the 80s. But
Sasori Gatame. Sasori Gatame,
yeah,
made by Riki
so
Choshu.
I knew it was Riki Choshu. I'm not that much of a noob, but the point is, at least for that spot, like, it wasn't her just laying there doing. No, she was crawling to the ropes. Like, there was something happening, you know?
Yeah, no, yeah. Because like, let me see, is it?
And then she just randomly like picks up a lead pipe or something.
She picks up a sword, like sort of I forget the. I forget the exact what it is. Like it's like a wooden sword for something. Kendo maybe. Actually, probably not
I mean,
Kendo more. It's just a sword.
Wooden sword is fine enough for the.
Wooden sword's enough, yeah. But like,
Yeah.
she picks it up, like, and the way she looks at like Chigusa, like she wants to murder this fucking woman.
Oh yeah, and she does, or she almost does, like with. I don't even know what the name of. Obviously, I don't know what the name of any of these moves are, but the Falcon Arrow to the knee.
Yes.
Oh my
I think
God.
that was actually a butterfly.
She didn't do the deal. She didn't do the deal. She did the fucking deal.
She did. She fucking did. Goddamn. And yeah, like from there, like Chigusa fights back with an NZ, and then they just fucking start slapping each other, then murdering each other. This is like the murder portion of the match. Like strong fucking punches, like a straight jacket for a 2 count.
Those punches. How often have you seen punches in wrestling like that?
Very rarely. Like, because again, this is just a straight up fucking fight. Like they are fighting to fucking win this match.
Oh, yeah.
Chigusa does a tombstone.
Ryan, you groaned. Why did you groan?
I was thinking of Shane McMahon.
Oh, right.
Well, he does a million punches at once. Like it's like he's
Shane McMahon has the worst. Shane McMahon has the worst kind of punches in that they both look bad and they're legit.
Yeah, true.
Like, they look bad, but they hit hard. That's the worst of both worlds.
That's so funny.
I did hear apparently there was some story. I think it was Mick Foley said he asked Terry Funk how he has such good punches, how he makes him look so real, and he found out that it's because he actually hits him for real.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, John Moxley in his book Mox said that he got that the night of the Shield's debut, they got warned that there was a rumor that someone got in Ryback's ear and said not to sell for them. So they took matters into their own hands. And the reason the Shield beatdowns look so good is because they actually went out there and beat the shit out of people.
Hell fucking yeah.
He's like,
I never knew
like
that.
his book specifically says like we were professional, we never hurt anybody, but there were a lot of black eyes and busted lips when we were done.
That's awesome.
I mean, beating up Ryback is pretty fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
It's like because at the time this isn't really, but he's like, yeah, word is Ryback wasn't going to sell for us, and so we talked and we decided there's 3 of us and 1 of him.
True, but he's the big guy. But anyway, that's there's an electric chair from like the bottom rope.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I know that they aren't going to do a Kreutz Wrath in 1985, but
Yeah, I thought they were going to go fucking way higher, but like, bottom rope.
look,
Pretty
I mean, like electric chairs, they mean something. Like back then, I guess. Like, like there are some things that like we talked about this during the Super J Cup. Like pile drivers don't mean shit, but German suplexes are everything.
That's still the case.
So you never know what's a super huge deal like outside of like North America.
Yeah.
So I can buy like a No, go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
I was gonna say, in theory, it kind of makes sense because there's not many moves where he lifts up higher than an electric chair. If you think about it.
Yeah, true. Actually,
I mean, if you think about it, what is an electric chair but a reverse power bomb?
effectively, yes. Actually,
Also true.
uh,
But your shoulders are higher at the back, so if someone's sitting that way around, they're gonna be slightly higher. If you think about it.
Yeah, but probably less force coming down unless you're doing a jackknife.
yeah. Because I think the only thing higher than that is like the that spot where like you stand on like a giant's shoulders and then do a big splash.
Anywho,
Yeah.
so the finish for this match.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Oh, sorry.
setting you guys up.
Yeah. Okay. There's a great bridging like a bridge out of a cravat suplex, and then we get pretty much the build to the finish here. Devil knocks Chigusa down. Like they start like sort of brawling, and then Chigusa gets knocked out with a fucking punch. But then like Devil gets her in the corner, I believe, and then Devil tries to punch her again. Chigusa blocks the punch, and then kicks Devil in the head 3 fucking times.
With 3 different kinds of kicks.
Exactly. And this is enough to take Devil down, but it completely depletes Chigusa's energy. And the match ends with a double down. It's a fucking draw.
Yeah. Well, okay, the kicks were great, by the way, but
Yeah, I mean the last one was pretty good.
double knockout.
Yeah, this
Not
came out
usually
nowhere.
what you want to see.
I mean,
You both know my stances on draws.
you love them. They're your favorite.
I have Omega Okada 2 at the bottom of my list.
I fucking love that match. But yeah, honestly, yeah, like weird ending to a great match, but like I don't think it really damages the match that much.
No, I mean, I can appreciate a good finish, or like in this case, it's 2 women beating the other shit out of themselves. Yeah, you're gonna get the shit beat out of you, and then you're gonna, Like
Yeah,
you put all you had. You gave all you had.
yeah, because effectively Chigusa had this match fucking won, but she like just barely didn't have enough energy to get back up in time, which does a lot does a lot to protect her, does a lot to protect Devil as well because she wasn't beat, and like she did enough damage to Chigusa to escape with the title.
I do wonder what happened in their next match.
That's a good question. Like, did
But
they have
yeah,
when was the next match?
I thought they definitely had one in '87, but I don't know if they had one before that.
Yeah, because I know they did have one like in the '90s, like when Chigusa came back from retirement.
Mm.
But yeah, actually, speaking of, this is the point because I started looking into things. So Devil retires in like 2 years and then comes back in the fucking '90s. Chigusa has retired at this point 3 times, and now she's on a fucking 4th run, like right now, or like
Terry
at the
Funk,
end.
brother.
Yeah, I was literally wrote like she's the female Terry Funk. Also, this match, this was a near 40-minute match, and on the show, like it was cut down to about 16 minutes.
Lovely.
So yes, a lot of the match was cut out, like more than half. Yes, and now it's time for the main event: Lioness Asuka versus Jaguar Yokota for the WWE World Title.
Battle
I
of
have
the
some
Big Cats.
I have
What's
some
that?
trivia about this match.
Oh, you okay?
Oh,
This is the first women's match that Meltzer gave 5 stars to.
Oh, I didn't
wow.
know. I knew he gave it 5. I didn't know this was the very first.
Well, this is actually the 5th 5-star match in history.
Okay,
Makes sense considering the time period.
yeah. What was the first?
Um,
What was the very first 5-star?
Wasn't
Dynamite
it?
Kid and Tiger Mask.
Oh, nice.
I think second was maybe Bruiser Brody and Stan Hansen against the Funk Brothers, I think.
That's the 3rd.
Oh.
The 2nd is Kazuo Yamazaki versus Nobuhiko Takada.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
And then the 4th is Kuniaki Kobayashi versus Tiger Mask.
Tiger Mask doing a work. That's
Tiger Mask was.
Is that OG Tiger Mask or is that Misawa?
I don't know. Whenever is 1985. No, that was Masawa.
That would be OG. Oh, wait,
Okay.
85 was Misawa.
Yep, that's Masawa. And then you have this match, and then Tenryo and Saruta versus Chosu and Yatsu. And then you get the first match in North America, which was Wyndham and Flair.
Oh.
And
Okay.
and now, almost 30 years later, we finally get a North American women's match that got rated 5 stars last week.
Oh yeah, goddamn timeless Tony. Fucking
Yes.
go. Let's go.
We definitely timed this accolade with this one, for sure.
I got to watch the fucking win the world the title again. So hell yeah.
And fun fact, the next women's match to get 5 stars, Chigusa Nagayo versus Lioness Asuka
Oh,
wow.
hell yeah.
in
That actually does
February
sound
of
sick.
'87.
That sounds like a match to watch.
Hell yeah, gotta put it on the list at some point. See if we can
Do
find it.
not ask me to name the 3rd one because it is a 12-woman tag team match.
Fair enough. I think we are good with the 5 stars for now. We start with a very friendly handshake, and then okay. So this match, by watching this the second time, I realized that this match is basically it's split into sort of 3 sections. We have the first section, which is very short. It's the let's do reversals section, and it's just that they do a lot of fucking reversals, a lot of bridging out of it, a lot of flipping you around, doing stuff. And then you get the middle portion, which is 90 fucking % of the match, which is let's do a bunch of submissions. And that's exactly what we fucking get.
And like
Uh,
even the most basic rest holds here are done with like such like intensity and tenacity.
hmm,
Like a spinning toe hold, and she's like, "I'm gonna rip your fucking leg off."
yeah. It was like a single leg crab at one point. Um, there's a seated sleeper, which is transitioned into a seated Cobra Clutch. There's a fucking armbar. Yokota does a leg key lock, which stays in a while.
Oh, I remember when
Now,
we were watching, we had a debate about what that move actually was.
Yeah, it was like, is it a fucking
now
knee bar or is it a key lock?
I just want to take special note, just that I've never seen like what looks like a Fez press, but it's actually like a jumping seated senton. Just a neat little.
Yeah, I had that
That was
down,
cool.
like, because like that's sort of because Ray does that like from the springboard, but like I've never
Yeah.
seen it done like jumping.
Well, to be fair, Ray is very short.
He is true, yes. Then we have a butterfly lock, which is immediately followed by Yokota hitting she calls it the rear view, and then she does a
Oh,
Manji
good.
Gatame.
Okay, just want to make clear that we just got a Majikatame which followed. She calls it the rear view.
Yes, correct. That is indeed what I said. That is literally what happens.
Well, I mean, they can't all be genius finisher names like Harley Cameron's.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what's Holly Cameron's like finisher name?
Her finishing move is her finishing move.
That's awesome.
I love how
She,
I
hasn't,
love
she
it.
was on commentary and she instructed Tony Schiavone. Next time you see that, I want you to say she just hit her finishing move.
Hell yeah. I fucking love Holly Cameron so much. Like,
On a
she
side
gets it.
note, I love that her shining wizard is your wizard, Harley.
That's fucking awesome. Holy fuck. Oh man. So yeah, Yokota hits a jackhammer and then does a I want to say it's like a double underhook like a butterfly lock, but like it's like she's going for the DDT, but it's just a fucking submission.
Uh,
Like I don't know how to fully describe it.
no,
And
no,
then
I
we
got you.
yeah, and then we get a figure form from Yokota, which lasts fucking forever. Like this is the longest submission in the match. It feels like it lasts like 10 minutes.
I mean, that's kind of typical for figure four, isn't it? That's kind of historically been the move that, for some reason, lasts for 5 years whenever it's
Yeah.
put on.
And
Yeah,
Flair
and like
never won with it.
like very rarely has there been like there's like pinfalls from a figure four, but yeah, like cause like I think at one point he does flip it over, but it gets flipped back.
I always wonder what would happen if you did a figure four leg lock in zero gravity.
Jesus! Oh my god! Oh my god! Who's fucking who gets the advantage there? Holy fuck! Oh my god! That is an actual brain teaser. Yeah, Oscar eventually escapes, and then instead of
Kicks
fucking selling the
yeah.
figure four, he stomps out fucking Yokota's leg.
It's just kicking the hell out of it.
Yeah, Yokota powders, and then when she comes back in, she like does a single leg takedown, and then shortly after that, Oscar gets a knee bar in. Yokota gets the ropes. Oscar hits her with a stalling brainbuster. Then Oscar misses a punch. Yokota does. I don't know how to describe this. It's like half an O'Connor roll but half a German suplex pin. It's super fucking weird. The crazy drop kick followed by a sunset flip. corner axe kick from Yokota, and then we get the third portion of the match, which is let's fucking murder each other now, because
The best portion of the match.
it's the actual best portion of the match, because Yokota hits a fucking kneeling J driller, followed by I think he goes for like a tombstone or something, but like Asuka counters it and hits a running Owen driver, and that gets a
I don't-
2.
Is there an actual name for that kneeling J driller thing?
I don't
Because
know.
that was
actually.
nuts.
Like, I don't think there's actually a name for it. It's just I just call it like a kneeling J driller.
On a side note, I did just check, and the figure 4 leg lock lasted close to 3 minutes.
Oh my god.
That's insane, actually. Holy fuck, because that feels way longer.
Ric Flair, you will not be
well,
forgiven for this.
He will pay. Who had the fucking Harley Race? He will pay for it.
Harley Race or
Harley
Buddy
Race?
Rogers?
I was thinking Buddy Rogers, wasn't
Buddy
it?
Rogers, sorry, yeah. Harley Race does the knee drop and the headbutt.
Well, he's
Diving
apologized
headbutt,
for the headbutt.
Yeah, true. Asuka does a jumping soccer kick right to fucking Yokota's jaw. Yokota tries to do a springboard following like shortly after this, but like gets caught and hit with a airplane spin, which is immediately transitions into the giant swing.
That's a
This
lot of
match-
spinning.
There's a big spinning. Spin me like a record. Asuka dumps fucking Yokota out of the ring, Gourdbuster style. She tries to do a suicide dive, but Yokota ducks it. We get a slingshot suplex, followed by a high angle German suplex, then a straightjacket suplex from Yokota. And then we get our finish, which is Yokota taking Asuka up to the top rope. I guess she's gonna fucking go for something, but Asuka, reverses, and I think she's gonna fucking suplex her out of the fucking ring, but instead she gourd busts her. Asuka then goes for the King Kong knee drop, but Yokota gets out of the way, and then Yokota sets her up. I think she's gonna go for a knee breaker and go for like another submission, but instead she hits what I can only guess is a teardrop fucking suplex, and she gets the fucking win.
It was like a leg
suplex.
trap.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
Sick, whatever it was.
yeah, like this came out of nowhere, and I fucking love this finish. Like,
It's what I wish Bryan Danielson would do instead of just hooking the leg and doing a German. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
But you know the move that Danielson does. That it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, we've talked about this on the pod before. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, like
Anyway.
this match fucking rules. I don't quite like it as much as the Devil match, but like I'd say this match has like the inverse problem that that match has, where like the finish is incredible for this match, whereas like the finish for that match was like, it was fine. But like the middle portion of this match is way weaker than like the middle portion of like the Devil match.
Which I think this match is a bit less timeless in that sense, because this one, it feels older. That way, the other one didn't feel as old, I don't think. Maybe you might disagree. But this one, it did feel a bit older.
Getting hit for no reason, it felt like.
Basically,
I'm kidding, but you know what I'm making the joke.
Yeah, because like Devil Masami is like way ahead of her fucking time, like all things considered. Whereas
is she ahead of her time, or is she like in time, or is she ahead of her time, or was 80s Joshi wrestling in general?
Actually, yeah, true. Like, because the 80s Joshi were like literally inventing all the fucking shit that like the men would be doing like a decade from now.
Yeah, 80s Joshi were doing 5 to 10 years in advance what All Japan men were doing. And
Yeah,
then they
cause
were doing what the American scene would be doing on the indies like 5 to 10 years after them.
yeah,
And they
'cause,
were
like,
doing what people in the mainstream wrestling promotions in America were doing 5 to 10 years after them. So,
Yeah,
like
and
there's
just to,
literally, sorry, yeah, there's literally someone like at this point, I don't know who it is, but like they're doing the fucking Burning Hammer at this point as well.
yeah, Kyoko
and
Inoue, I think.
just
That's it, yeah.
and just to give a peek of how things were on the other side, like I said, 5 months after the first WrestleMania, um, about 3 months after this match, the Fabulous Moolah has her second official reign as WWF Women's Champion.
Oh fuck yeah! Like the fucking
Wendy
screw job happened.
Richter is Women's Champion right now in America.
Yeah,
Like
women's wrestling
that's
is
where
about to get sent. Yeah, women's wrestling is about to get sent back like 50 fucking years, like in a few months.
I mean, it's already back there.
I mean, Wendy's like doing stuff. She's trying. Like it's still fucking serious at this point. Like they're still giving it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
yeah,
mean, it's
like
not quite the video game movesets that we just saw in these two matches, but
yeah, no, true. Yeah, I mean, look, it still has a ways to go.
We are 9 years away from Bull Nakano winning at Big Egg Wrestling Universe.
True. And then we're a few years away from that of like the WWE just giving up on women completely and just making them like tits and ass.
Not that far off.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I never
Yeah.
realized, and this is completely off topic, but when Alundra Blaze did her little stunt, do you know how long that title sat vacant?
It was like 4 years?
3.
what?
3? Okay.
3 years. She was the champion, went to a different company, threw the belt in the dustbin, literally, and they
Yep.
didn't make another champion for 3 years.
Yeah. Like
that was in December of '95, and the new champ wasn't crowned until September of '98.
Because if I remember right, like what Ozzy Kong was meant to win the title at the Rumble.
I don't know what to tell you.
Fuck. But yeah, like this was an incredible fucking series of matches here.
No, yeah, no. Like this is what I wanted. I wanted to jump on the back of your hype and get hyped about it myself, and I did. Like these were great matches. It's
out of your wheelhouse, effectively.
It is out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah, because like this is the stuff I fucking love. I fucking love this type of wrestling. Like I want to watch more like Joshi, like especially like this era of Joshi, like this era, like in early this era 90s Joshi and like early 2000s is what I want to see like more of.
So you're saying you like this kind of wrestling, and
yes,
and yet you're sitting us down for 2000 WCW.
Look, we need variety. Variety is the spice of life, Brian. Look, you need to know the worst before you know the best.
Do you?
I feel like you can.
Yes.
I feel like you can get away with just knowing the okay.
No. You need to know dog shit. You need to know where the fucking bottom of the barrel. You need to know where the bottom of the Mariana Trench is, Ryan.
Nobody knows what the bottom of the Marianas Trench is.
Exactly. We can go fucking deeper. We can get deeper. We can see the abominations at the bottom, Ryan.
That's where Devil Masami lives. She's the champion of the whole Pacific.
Exactly. Yeah, we need to go to her. We need to get to her level.
She's called Devil because she's so deep, it's in hell.
Hell yeah! Hell fucking yes, she is. But look, okay.
I'm going to say now, I am putting a ban on you picking heroes of wrestling.
No, I mean, no. We are never doing that. We are never fucking doing that. Look, I know my limits. I know the fucking limits. But look, okay, look. I know last time I picked WCW, and look, I'll be honest. So at least for the audience, like the next show I was gonna watch, it was gonna be another show, like notoriously dog shit show. But like after how Ryan reacted, like
I am still plotting my revenge.
look, I'm still gonna do this next show, that next show, but like I'm postponing it an extra like a session, effectively. So because I'm gonna do good by you, Ryan. I'm picking the next episode, a good show. In fact, one of this company's best shows because we are doing DPW Carolina Classic 2023. Get in or get the fuck out. And that is
So
our episode.
we go 40 years in advance almost.
Literally, yeah. Actually, the most modern we've been so far. Literally 2 years ago. I mean, like, I guess less than 2 years, like 2.5 years ago. But yes, that was our episode. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Ali.
Thank you for, well, I don't know why I'm saying having me. We're together in this. I'm not a guest, but okay.
Yeah, thank you for being here, Ryan.
You're welcome.
And thank you, audience. And we will see you next time on the Freeway Dance.